Guys.
Is it locked? Let me see. Yeah, you're locked.
Peace, guys. We apologize. It said his phone was too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot to handle.
Maybe let's
Like the salsa.
let's
Hello?
move. Maybe we can move this. The computer probably making it more hot.
Yeah. But I mean, you gotta unplug your phone.
Uh,
Just put this on. That's cool. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
all right. So we are back. Where were we?
It said that the phone was too hot.
Whatever that. Yeah, it wasn't even that hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've definitely
Sorry.
seen it hot.
Listen, we've been having technical difficulties since 7 o'clock. Okay?
The reason why we didn't go live at 7 was because of this.
Yeah.
All right, they're interfering with the knowledge. You ain't lying. You ain't
Enough
not
said.
lying.
I ain't gonna say no more Babylon watch.
You see the bubble ending?
See the Babylon?
Okay, so well, first I gotta fix that description because we gotta put all the information so people know exactly where to go to get the book, or exactly where to email us and all of that. If you want to flag us down and get the book, so yeah, we just on here basically answering questions. We want y'all to fill us out. We're gonna be showing our faces a lot more,
Sorry, guys.
especially me. Uh, I have a lot of projects that I haven't even released, but this is really about that time, and it's nice to have some help and somebody that's really with it. I don't know if you know, but she completed a 40-day fast recently, and on just liquids and alkaline herbs. So
Sorry to interrupt. Yes, we're gonna put the everything you need to know, the price, the payment, the date that he's gonna put it on his website. Everything you're gonna
yes,
need to know is going to be on.
congratulations.
Thank you. Is going to be on the description.
Description. It's gonna have everything in there. It's gonna have all my emails. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna have the emails that you need to flag us down. I'm on IG more than I am on YouTube or any other social media app. So if you really want to catch me, just flag me down on IG. You don't have an IG, I'll put my email in there, and I'll definitely get to you ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what you want to talk about. Oh, I actually wanted to read this to y'all about the carbon really quick. I know it's not too cool to read books on YouTube,
Peace.
but this
Mm-hmm.
this information on carbon, because we have carbon facts, is just so amazing. So this is on page 47
Mm-hmm.
of the mucusless diet.
Show them the cover.
The cover.
Dr. Arnold.
Arnold Eric. Yeah, I'm sure y'all done heard about that. Back problems. Actually, yeah. Um, she actually has recently experienced back problems with drinking herbs because it wasn't even the herbs. It was actually eating pesticides from the non-organic apples that we're eating. So what somebody said in the chat earlier was that's the kidneys actually trying to filter out the pesticides. So normally when you have back pains, and especially lower back pains, it's a kidney thing or it could be a lung thing. It's just ultimately a detoxification thing.
Yeah.
So yes, to answer your question, but no, please let me read this because this was basically a question we had about carbon or why we're doing this, and it's or why we're making this book, and it's basically because of the repair of carbon. The repair of the body, and carbon being the main component of the human body. Human body. So on page 47, it says medical science sees and must see it as a normal condition of health, and that the non sick must have these white blood corpuscles in his circulation because everybody has them. There is no man in existence in a Western civilization whose body has not been continually stuffed since childhood with cow, milk, meat, and eggs, potatoes, and cereal products. No man today without mucus. In my first published article is the gigantic idea promulgated that the white race is an unnatural and sick and pathological one. First, the color skin pigment is lacking due to lack of color mineral salts. Second, the blood is continually overfilled by white blood corpuscles, mucus, waste, and white color, therefore the white appearance of the entire body. The skin pores of the white man are constipated by white, dry mucus. His entire tissue system is filled up and filled out with it. No wonder why he looks white and pale, anemic. Everybody knows that an extreme case of paleness is a bad sign. When we appeared with my friend in a public air bath after have lived for several months on a mucusless diet with sun baths, we looked like Indians, and people believed that we belonged to another race. This condition was doubtlessly due to the great amount of red blood corpuscles and great lack of white blood corpuscles. And I can notice a trace of pale in my complexion the morning after eating one piece of bread. So first of all, I just want to let you know I'm not a racist person, or I do not put down any race of people. But the point of what we're talking about is carbon. Is building that healthy body back. And we're not saying that you don't have to be black to have carbon. Everybody has carbon.
Sure.
But when it comes to health and seeing that color come back to your skin, I even see it. I have a darker complexion when I eat healthy, regardless if I'm in the sun or not. So, when you cleanse, when you're eating healthy, when you're eating raw, you'll see the color come back, and this is ultimately a symbol of health. So that's what we're basically promoting, and I wanted to read that excerpt because that is a white male saying that, and just basically keeping it real.
Right.
You know, that was like one of the most interesting things I've read. She said I have the book.
Good night out of Jamaica. Peace and light. I miss Jamaica so much.
Got you dropping the
Can we just
phone.
hold it?
Yeah, we can hold it.
Let's just hold it. Yeah.
Cool.
We can take turn holding it. All right. Right. Soursop. Yes, I was holding the soursop. That was soursop in here. I had the book. How can we get what you have in your hand? They have them in West Palm Beach, but I do not trust those food. They do too much. I get them from a sister on Instagram, and she has a YouTube channel. It's called Food for Negus or Negus, however you want to pronounce it, and it's FoodForNegus. FoodForNegus. Food for Negus. She has them periodically. You follow her, she'll do a post of when she's gonna have them. And as soon as she put up that post, honey, I bought $50 worth. Okay, she sells them by pound.
Yeah, she said if you really can't trust them, I would suggest. Yeah, Roots and Fruits. I actually have a video with Roots and Fruits about Roots and Fruits. So their produce is cool. There were some things that I didn't like about it, but you're definitely getting fruit from the tropics. So
yes, thank you, Jones.
Food for Negus. Yes,
yep, that's what we get out. That's my sister.
Yeah, she had me pick those up at like 12 at night. She was like, make sure you get the.
We're juice fasting, so like juicing on soursop. You talking about eradicating cancer cells, Charlie?
Yeah. So those we about to have some of those right now.
Yeah.
After we get off this live, I'm about to blend
They're
them
right.
up.
We had to wait. We had to put them on the windowsill by sun so they can ripen up a little bit. And two of them are nice and soft, baby. Nice and soft.
What else we got? Who else we got in here? You two are so cute.
Aw, thank you. We've been getting a lot of love from y'all, and thank you. Today's been a great day. It's 11/11. A lot of blessings came. It's been a great day. And to hear you guys say that just really pushes us more to do great things for y'all. No problem.
Yes, thank you. No problem. No problem. We enjoy sharing. You're actually making us want to share more.
Yeah.
We're very I'm a private person already, and she's a private person too. So when we come together, it's kind of like we want to get out there, but it's just like our natural state of being is just kind of to be reserved. But y'all showing us love, so we definitely gonna get on here more and learn from y'all. Yeah, we've already learned a few things just being on this live, so, so
Yeah. Let's see what else.
that was it.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. You two are so cute. Negus. Um, I have the book Ashe Soursop. Um, how can I get what you have? I think that's it. Any more questions? So we're gonna take about a few more questions and we're gonna get out of here. Hello from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago.
Shot City.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Reflections, dua. All praises due to the
Wow.
Most High. Thoughts of apple cider vinegar. It's an acid. Don't consume it unless you're trying to clean up your fruits. Love, peace, and blessings to you all. What it says? I'm
Hit that on cross.
yes.
Yes.
Ashe.
Definitely.
Eternal life. Womb and phallus. Let's do it.
Yes.
Create that electrical charge to create life. Um,
My phone is so jacked up.
it's okay. It's working now. But it says yes. Something about yes.
Yes, that you for checking. Thank you for checking on us.
No problem.
Definitely.
Oh, that's their thing to use. I don't have
Yeah, I
YouTube
know.
channel.
I haven't been on here in a while, so yeah, I'm glad I got on here in this context. What are acid? Acid. What people like?
What are the acidic stuff people think that are good for them? People think apple cider vinegar is good for them.
Oh, there's so many things like that. Everything that has something to do with protein.
People
it's
think
probably
that.
something.
I kind of debatable about garlic, especially when you're in a healing stage. But people think garlic is good for you, and there's literally research and sciences that talks about the detriment of garlic and how it literally stops the cells from repairing itself.
Yeah.
So you can literally have a gunshot wound, excuse me, or a knife stab wound. Put garlic juice on it, and
It'll poison you.
it'll poison you. It'll never heal. It'll probably kill you faster than the wound. What happened?
I mean, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yes. If you look at Eat to Live Not to Die, he had I'm a part of like the Eat to Live Not to Die community. He's out in UK, and he literally on one of our private lives. Whoa, that was weird.
Yeah.
Literally on one of our private YouTube lives, he literally played a clip of a scientist talking about the chemistry and the science of garlic.
I seen him.
Terrible.
Yes, yeah, I think there was some stuff.
Yes, juice life.
Juice, even if you're not fasting, juice.
Yeah, juice.
Juice. That should be your drink right there. If you want some, that's the Kool-Aid. That's my Kool-Aid.
I stopped drinking store-bought juices unless it has one or two ingredients on it, like all that Tropicana, aborted baby fetuses.
Yeah, aborted baby.
All that stuff. I don't buy store-bought juices unless I go to Whole Foods and it's like a family-owned farmer's brand that has two ingredients: grape and apple, or currant and apple.
Yeah, and it's more foods that people think are healthy. It's carrots, Brussels sprouts. I've seen somebody comment Brussels sprouts.
Broccoli.
Basically all the stuff that they really like sell. They sell in like the most. Like you see carrots everywhere. Mm-hmm. You see those peas and corn. Like in the Asian spots, they only sell you the cheap stuff. Cabbage, carrots, corn,
soy,
like that. They're not.
Tempeh.
Oh, if it's not cheap,
seitan.
They're not putting it in there. They're putting all of the stuff that's not worth anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely carrots, cabbage, those peas.
What else is really bad? Potatoes.
Potatoes for sure.
That everybody be like, oh yeah, sweet potatoes are starch.
Yeah.
Yams, cassava, yuca, starch. And it actually has cyanide in it. Slows down the neurons in the brain.
Real carrots are black. I've never even seen them.
Actually, carrots are hybrid from two original. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's two original roots.
Queen Atlas and the wild yam.
There you go.
The Queen Atlas kind of looks like yarrow. Has this flower with it's like a flower with a bunch of little flowers.
Right. I seen that photo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whole Foods sell fresh squeezed orange juice for $8 a quart. That's hilarious.
And you don't even know if those oranges are seeded.
Yeah, those orange. Oh shoot. Yeah, those oranges, man. You gotta be careful with. You gotta be careful with a lot of that stuff, especially because it's just so sweet too. Because it drives that that want for more sweets. That you want while you're healing, you want to get into the bitters. Every now and then you gotta, if you have that, you need that rush, that sugar rush, because you're coming down from it, and you need a little bit of hit to get you back right. Then sure, water. What we do is we water down a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
You
Put it in the
know.
blender and blend it on high for 2 minutes, and then strain it if you need to be strained, and voila. What else?
Let's see. I hate broccoli.
Good. It ain't good for you. It's nitrogenous.
Right now, I recommend distilled, but for not for like extended amounts of time. I switch between distilled water, and since I've been out here in New York, Crystal Geyser, because the supplier is a lot better out here than in California.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes them. They get the water from this coast, and they ship it across the country, and it takes time. If by the time it gets to California, it's been in trucks, it's been in the sun, and then it leaches that plastic
Right.
let me see what up, my boy. Let me see where you been hiding. Oh man, I'm a traveler, man. And I work and I I go and get it. So a lot of times I don't just get on here. YouTube is not paying my bills. So I do this for just the love and the interaction. For the people. Um, I like orange and grape juice.
Be careful with that grape juice.
Yeah.
Grapefruit juice.
Still
Excuse
water
me.
healthy to drink than spring water.
No. Only thing is because it's still water, it lacks electrolytes.
Yeah, distilled water is a detoxifier. It's just basically gonna run through you. It's gonna run through you, but it's water. It's gonna definitely hydrate you, but it's not gonna give you that electricity. It's not gonna give you that charge. So you're gonna need to refill yourself eventually. And what we do, a lot of our electricity comes from our herbs.
Right.
You know, we understand that the juices that we drink are kind of just to satisfy us and keep our minds together with some form of taste. But I don't really believe in any of these fruits out here, to be honest. The food I really understand that's really giving me electricity is these herbs right here. Shout out Alkaline Jungle because I haven't shouted him out on here. Alkaline Nagardi, and he has his product. This is our bio blood nourisher. This is like the iron right here. This is giving us the electricity. And then we have our
Conjures Crispus.
Conjus Crispus, sea moss.
I'll put it closer.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see,
There you go.
but it's backwards anyway.
Yeah.
The sea moss, so that's actually feeding the body. And then we have our chelator, the chelation, which is like, it has that same effect that this distilled water has. It just purges you. So when you have all of that stuff being pulled out of you, you have to put that stuff back in. So I used to wear Crystal Geyser and some like South Carolina took my $5 bucket there every month. Yeah, exactly. See, Crystal Geyser has springs out this way, not in California. So
Yeah.
thanks for that information. That was really nice to hear. So now I have more faith in the Crystal Geyser because I don't like anything in bottles these days. Queen Bee Hill, how do you feel about Yoni pearls?
Yoni pearls. I've used them from Impress Body UK. It's a sister out in the UK that has a variety of Yoni products. And when I first started using them, they were absolutely amazing. What she has these tiny little pearls that I insert. And Zaire was just talking about this not too long ago, and I insert them, leave them in for about 2 days. Then when you take them out, it literally pulls out things that you do not imagine is in there, like mucus, like yeast, and you might not even have a yeast infection, and you don't know what's on the linings of the uterus. And the herbs are that powerful that as soon as I remember my first time inserting it, I can smell the herbs that were inserted into my womb. I smelled it within like 15 minutes, and I started getting these tiny little white, tiny little pimples due to detoxification. But after a while, they started to throw off my pH balance. So I don't recommend using them anymore. I mean, everybody's body is different. Every womb is different. So go for what you believe that is best for you, especially if you suffer from um, irregular menstruals, menstrual cramps, If you suffer from BV, if you suffer from chronic yeast infections, all of those things that we deal with out of the womb, number one thing is your diet. So once you change your diet to more alkaline foods, more raw foods, more juicing, and stop eating processed foods, stop eating meat and dairy and pasta and starch and a whole bunch of junk, because what happens is our womb pulls in all of that and we keep it there, and that's what causes these different infections and issues like that. So yeah, I changed my diet and then I started using her pearls, pulled, pearl out, and then within 24 hours, 36 hours, you use the bathroom one morning and then it's just, the mucus and the tissues that are just sitting on the linings of your uterus. Um, yeah, but I do prefer changing your diet, fasting, and doing yoni steams over pearls because you really don't know 100% what's in these herbs. And I did a bunch of experimentation with my yoni. Um, but I would recommend people more so than fasting, cleansing, detoxing, and steaming the yoni rather than inserting something that you don't know what's in it 100%.
Right. Somebody said, I don't trust nothing, I don't grow. I agree with you.
Ashay.
That's why we getting back to nature as much as we can. And that's like the best thing you can do. Even having that relationship with the plants know. The plants are very conscious and they pretty much know what we need almost, more than we do because that's what they specialize in. They want you to come back. They want you to spread their seeds. So I definitely agree. How do you deal with constant hunger when you cut meat and starch out of your diet? So the cleaner you get, the less you're gonna crave those foods. So detoxification, once again, the more you clean up, the more those cravings will subside. And also, we want good food, so we promote, you know, putting together what you like, knowing what you enjoy, getting in the kitchen and putting that thing together so you actually enjoy the foods. Plants, literally, what we like is plants on that meat. If you eat that meat by itself, you're not gonna enjoy it.
It'll
The
taste
seasoning is what you like.
right.
So you just have to figure out how to manipulate that meat kind of that texture.
Mm-hmm.
You get in the kitchen and you figure out how you manipulate that meat texture, and then eventually you're not even gonna be attracted to it. It takes time, and the taste buds will change over time. And once you get the herbs in there, and you get the herbs, the more and more you put those spices on, the less and less meat, you consume. The more and more you're gonna be like, oh, I want more spices. I want more of the vegetables. I would rather have more avocado this time instead of, the starchy meat stuff.
And that's the purpose of the book
Exactly.
because we have a variety of options that are considered to be meat replacers. Like for example, I have my chickpea patty recipe, which my herbalist loves. Chickpea patties, alkaline chickpea patties. That's gonna be a great burger replacement. Mushrooms, mushrooms as well. We have a carbon fact about mushrooms. We have about 3 or 4 different ways to actually consume mushrooms to where it tastes like meat, like
Yes.
soaked mushrooms, sauteed
I love
mushrooms.
those soak mushrooms
So
now.
good,
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh. Don't talk about food right now.
Yeah, we're
We're not
fasting.
here talking about, no, it's playing. We're not talking about food
Woo,
today.
Charlie, it's hard, but discipline is all in the mind.
Let me see. I think that was a question I wanted to answer. Okay, that's where. Oh, they was talking about Popeye's chicken. Yo, okay, the
Bruh.
Popeyes actually has like hard drugs and chemicals that like are rewiring these people's brains.
Mm.
And like the chickens that they're getting and they're doing this thing with Popeyes. I was actually watching uh, somebody that I rock with on here, and they were talking about how even the chickens they peck each other because they're so close. They just like get off of me, So like that stress and consciousness is actually transferred into the other people. So we don't have beaks, but you know what I'm saying. But we have knives. So now they cutting people at Popeyes. You heard about them? They over here cutting each other at Popeyes because
You
somebody didn't get that chicken.
you serious?
Yeah. We don't really watch TV, so I
I
just I
don't.
just heard it through social media. But yeah, that's what all fast food and like just I'm kind of skeptical on eating anywhere out because I don't like the consciousness and love that people have, or even the love that they put, or lack of love that they put in their food when they're serving it. you have a negative person that's serving your food,
You
you can
internalize
take or
that.
you can take that on. So
That's crazy.
yeah, people are slicing people up for Popeyes. Let me see. Oh yeah, and I'm out here in New York now. They were like, well, I'm wondering where you. I was wondering where you were. I'm out here in New York, Brooklyn specifically, and I didn't plan on being out here, but I literally follow my heart, and it's never failed me. It's always put me in situations where, you know, I'm able to level up. I'm able to become a better person, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've learned so much, and like I'm excited. I have no regrets on being here. As cold as it's about to get,
Tomorrow we expecting snow.
you know. Oh dang, I forgot about that.
You
So
never know.
snow. I think the lowest degrees I've been in, other than like being in the mountains of California, like Shasta, Mount Shasta, Big Bear. I think the lowest I've been was like 30, 34. 40s is kind of the lowest it gets where I live. But now we already in the 28s. It's November. 20 to we're getting the 20s already. So yeah, it's a big transition, but I have the support and like with the juice fasting, my skin is looking great, and
What?
it's
Y'all need to peep our skin real quick. This little light glow, this
hold on,
bright.
it's kind of got me looking.
Can you like focus on this thing? Oh no, you
Nah,
can't.
hold up, me. I want to put all your clothes in there.
It's all right. We'll take some pictures or
Yeah,
something.
we definitely are tired more often than you.
Very tired. Oh,
Let me see.
Charlie.
Let me see. I keep doing this.
Both of you are glowing. Thank you.
Yeah,
Day 11,
it's
juice
alright.
and water
Come on.
fast,
Do you
baby.
know how long I've been looking for you guys? Do more often. Do you know how long I've been looking for you guys?
Aww.
Oh, thanks. Both of you.
Our apologies. We had so much technical difficulties. Like Mercury retrograde was not trying to let us get on live on YouTube. So we literally had to do the lives on Instagram first, do the raffles after all the questions we were answering, and then we got on live on YouTube. Had a great conversation. As you see this part one video, and then his phone said it was too hot.
And now it's completely fine.
No, completely fine. Mind you, it's not that hot. Trust
Yeah,
me. You got to
definitely.
be on the beach and 90 degree weather for an iPhone to say that your phone is too hot. But
Yeah.
we're here now.
But we're gonna close out in a minute, but we'll take a few more questions.
What should I do if I went vegan one time, but I don't want to detox? Wait, what?
Well, I don't want to detox again. What herbs do you start with? Yeah, well, if you the detox of feeling, it's gonna happen, but if the severity of that is gonna vary, um, depending on like how you go about it. You can do it slow. You don't have to go so hard. You can just change the diet and do it slow. Take out a little bit of bad food at a time, and you'll still be detoxing, but you won't feel it so much. So, say if you eat red meat, take that out. You've already eliminated the pork. Then take out the cheese, then take out the ice cream. Then take out dairy altogether, and then what I'm saying over time,
Yeah,
and
give
then
yourself
yeah, give
options.
yourself some time and try different foods. You know, um, I could really use your help. Set up a detoxification count.
Book a consultation. Clicks are here.
Yo, I'm getting sleepy. I'm getting tired. I haven't ate. I haven't drunk anything
You gotta
in
take
a
your
minute. So
herbs.
I gotta take my herbs. I've been holding off on the herbs because I'm gonna have to use the restroom for sure after I do that. But yeah, book a consultation with us, and we'll go in. We'll critique whatever you got going, and
We
we'll help
both
you.
do consultations.
Yes.
Follow my Instagram. I don't have a YouTube page, guys, but follow my Instagram at PlantBased, PlantBased_BHILL, plant-based_B Hill. So I do consultations in regards to fasting long term and healing because I did a 42-day fast this summer to heal the human papillomavirus that I'm now 100% cured from. So I've been doing a lot of consultations. I have a lot of, well, not a lot. I have a couple clients, and my eldest client is 63. Yeah, so he does the detoxification. I can talk to you about the fasting and get you to our herbalist, Alkaline
Yes.
Jungle.
I'm gonna take one more question because this is actually something I've been slacking on. So, and this is will be my next video that I do. It'll be really simple because it is very easy to upload the information to this. But they said I remember you talking about you were gonna do a gallbladder flush. Can you give us some quick info on that? Okay, so really quick, the there's just a bunch of stuff lodged in our body. Um, Cysts, cancers, fibroids. They're basically the body's attempt to store waste properly without it poisoning us, like a trash can. If you were to just throw your trash everywhere in your room, eventually it's going to be disgusting. So no, you take it and you put it in a little trash bin over there. You take it and put it in a little trash bin over there, and you take it out to the big trash. And then ultimately they're supposed to take it out. Well, hopefully they're disposing it to the right place. But back to what I was saying is the gallbladder and liver also stores waste. Every piece of the body has to do it because we're so packed with waste. So the liver and gallbladder flush consist of um, it's like you have to take a bunch of oil at one time. You drink a bunch of oil. I'll list exactly the ingredients in my video, and I'll take y'all down the steps up to doing it. But you do that, and these oils get released into your colon, or not the oils. The stones get released into your colon, and then you do a saltwater flush behind that, and then you'll see hundreds of stones
Wow.
in the toilet after the saltwater flush. It took me five. It took me five of these flushes before I got all the stones out. The first four, I literally saw stones, hundreds of stones in the toilet after doing this flush. So, and this is after this 6, 7 years of being alkaline and doing all the saltwater flushes and all the things you see me do.
Wow.
But we have so much stuff lodged in us that it takes drastic, you know,
Yeah.
action to get this stuff out. So that was just something quick. I'm gonna do a whole video on it. That will be my next video because that is important.
Somebody asked where we get our herbs and leaves from. AlkalineJungle.com. But I don't know if you have another person to refer, but
Not, nah,
AlkalineJungle.com.
that's who I'm rocking with now. The heat topped everybody.
That's it, right? I got rid of my go. Hey, gang, gang. What else? I think that's it. Dang, that's what's up. Love from Indiana. Peace and light.
Hey,
Blessings.
snow
You're
today.
blessed, young lady. Give the highest thanks. Thank you.
Plant-based be
Thank you,
healed.
Gina, for adding me there. Good to
Hey,
see y'all. Nice to see you
she's
too.
beautiful.
Thank you.
She's
Okay, I think that's it. Hey, what's that? Somebody said something about some quick. How often do you both shop for water and what size? We just buy cases of Crystal Geyser from Dollar Tree, and about it comes in like 5 gallons in one box. That should last us for about 3 days, 4 days, approximately.
maybe a week.
Maybe a week. Yeah.
But that's not.
We should be lasting
Right,
2 3 days. We
right.
just don't drink a lot, as our herbalist suggests us to
Yeah, we
do.
should drink a lot more
What is
water.
the info? What is the info again to talk to your herbalist? AlkalineJungle.com. On Instagram at alkaline_jungle.
I'll take all of this in the description
First
right
time on
now.
your page. Thanks for information. Good night. What's for acid reflux? Stop eating acid forming foods.
Yeah, the best thing for
And drink more water.
acid reflux is literally to stop eating acid. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty much the best thing you
I
can do.
think that's it.
Put
I'm
all your,
trying to rush y'all off, but we're exhausted.
yeah, I'm looking at that sour. I'm thinking about sour sop juice. I've been dreaming of food every night. So let us get to bed, and we're gonna upload the information, everything that y'all need to go get the book, and Alkaline Jungle's page and B Hill's page.
Yeah.
Um,
We love you guys.
yeah,
Thank
much
you so
love.
much for your support. We're going to put all the information to purchase the cookbook or the food prep book under the description. Right now, we're available to purchase $10 an ebook via Cash App. You can DM us. You can email us. When you Cash App the $10, please, please, please put your email address so we can send you the PDF form. And if you want a hard copy, Cash App $20 with a shipping address. So $10 for ebook. With that ebook, you will send us the email. $20, send us the shipping address. And by the end of this week, it should be on his website, so you can purchase it on his website directly. Okay.
All right, y'all. Peace and love. We enjoyed you.
Peace, love, and divinity.